to the one Jonathan Butler received a while ago. Have you seen how Lyle Foster is becoming a global soccer star of note in England, scoring goal after goal, yet you choose to sideline colored children? Are you alright up there? You do not have to be like the Buddha, who had to tie us all up so they could try to catch us. You complain that they vote for the DA in the Western Cape, but you ignore the fact that they put Ibrahim Rasool in as premier until your Squatter faction decided Rasool was not an African enough or was not African, and that the Western Cape needed an African leader. It seems wherever I go, the black people don't understand the meaning of the word African. So if the Khoisan is not an African, then who on earth is one? Because that tribe is humanity's progenitors. In other words, every tribe alive today comes from them, and they were created in Africa. So who could be more African than the Khoisan or his child, the colored? Please tell me, who told you that Africans are all one shade of black, and that anyone who's not that color is not an African? What about the people of Somalia, Djibouti, Ethiopia? What about the people in Algeria, in Libya? Are they not Africans because they're not your color? You do know that you're only that color because you originally come from the equator. But you don't want me to say that because you don't want me to tell people that you are not originally from South Africa. Weren't you the ones who complained bitterly when P.W. Botha and that gang were racist against you because of your color, but now you are doing the same to colored people? Many of your government workers like Angie Mokhale at the Johannesburg Metro Police Department and Clayson Monyela, who is the spokesperson for the presidency, have these backward and primitive views where colored people are concerned. They believe that being in government makes them superhuman and forget that all of us were oppressed together, even if it be in varying degrees. That was no fault of the colored people. Someone once said that blacks cannot be racist. But that was utter nonsense, because right now in this country, the colored child is being insulted, looked down upon, and starved of economic and job opportunities. They saw you march for Palestine, saying that Palestinians were oppressed. But right here at home in SA, you do the same to them in Mitchell's Plain, in Atlantis, in Westbury, Sydenham, Eastervis. You shocked us. When as soon as we voted you into office, you refused to do away with race classifications and to scrap the word colored and replace it with Khoisan. Why? Because you knew all along that you were just using people like Alan Bussard, like Chris Nissen, like Trevor Manuel, Jesse Duarte, Cheryl Carolus, and Geraldine Fraser Moleketi. Soon as you were in your chairs of power, you turned into a Judas who sold out those who supported you in the dark days of the struggle, even before they offered you 30 pieces of silver. What kind of people do that to a comrade in arms? I want to tell you something today as leader of Pecosa, the People's Convention of South Africa. You can try your best to crush the colored people. You can do your best to try and crush the children of the Khoisan for whatever reasons you have. You can try your best to destroy God's first people, but you can never ever change the fact that you have been the weakest link in this new South Africa. Almost everything you touched was destroyed, and you blamed everything on the legacy of apartheid. We really thought we had a solidarity that could not be shaken, or how the Boer must be laughing at the coloreds now for refusing their crumbs only to get nothing from you. People whom they told the coloreds they should have nothing to do with. Colored people everywhere are demoralized and deflated from the shock of how you turned into our chief haters after we embraced you and your struggle. What you are doing to colored people and the youth will come back to haunt you as this economy destructs because of the indecisive and weak, incompetent governors that you have become. You see, if the colonialists and the apartheid lot could not wipe the Khoisan colored out, neither can you. Don't flatter yourself. This land which you call your own will always remain the home of the Khoisan, who were here hundreds of thousands of years before you left the Congo, Cameroon to come down here. They welcomed you and even intermarried with you, yet today you cannot wait for a second to hurl insults their way. By such stupidity and betrayal are wars often ignited. Remember those words. The colored people are now much wiser, having seen your true colors. They know that you send green shirts into the areas to grab their votes for yourself via some of their confused brothers and sisters. But we say to you today, that time is over. They shall survive whilst you get the just rewards of your treachery. May the ghosts of Ashley Creel and the spirit of others who died for this country, may they ravage the remnants of a conscience I'm sure you once may have had. And take this with you wherever you go and tell them that Pecosa stands with the oppressed people, with the marginalized people, with the ignored people. These people shall overcome. The colored people shall be victorious because they are a beautiful specimen of God's creation, just like everybody else. None of you shall treat them as a lesser being, not now, not ever, never, forever. Thank you.
Someday